Here. Here.
Here.
Council Vice President Sargent is absent this evening, and Council President Keenan.
Here.
As clerk of this meeting, I hereby publicly announce that in compliance with provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been advertised in the manner prescribed by law. We move on to proclamations. 8U, Jackson Village. Council President.
Hi, I just wanted to do opening statements real quick. Good evening, everyone. I wanted to take a moment to congratulate our very own Thunder 8U, who finished their last season with a perfect 9-0 record. This is a tremendous accomplishment that hasn't been achieved in over 20 years. On behalf of the administration, council, and the entire Jackson community, we are incredibly proud of you. As one of your sponsors for the last 2 seasons, I've had the privilege of watching your journey up close. It is not just about the wins. It's about how you've grown as a team, how you encourage each other, celebrate each other's victories, and always show up with a heart and determination makes you truly special. You are showing everyone what it means to work hard and work together. And now, as Jackson Thunder 9Us, with a 4-0 start to your fall season, you continue to impress. You're setting an example for your peers, and I can't wait to see where this journey takes you. To the coaches and parents, thank you for supporting these young athletes every step of the way. And to the players, keep believing in yourself and each other. You are capable of amazing things. Keep up the fantastic work, and you know that we're all behind you, cheering on you every step of the way. Congratulations. On behalf of the mayor, I'm going to read your proclamation. After I read the proclamation, I'm going to ask you guys to come up. I'll read everybody's name, and then you come up and just line up. Now, I understand that you guys are here for your proclamation and not to hear township stuff. So I will not be disrespected, and the council and the dais as well understands that afterwards if you guys leave and go and do whatever you want to do. But again, congratulations, and I'm going to read the proclamation. Whereas the Jackson Little League 8U All-Star team has demonstrated exceptional talent and teamwork throughout the season, and whereas their unwavering dedication and hard work has culminated in an outstanding achievement of winning not 1, but 2 championship titles for the first time in over 20 years, setting a remarkable example of sportsmanship and excellence. As whereas their victory in securing the 2 championships titles is not just a win on the scoreboard, but a triumph of spirit and determination. And whereas the members of the team have shown exceptional skills on the field, as well as discipline and commitment off the field, to the true spirit of the Little League Baseball. And whereas the 8U All-Star team players included Aiden Barnett, Lucia Calise, Noah Zank, Nicholas Hussey, Jordan Zinowitz, Tyler, I'm just going to say first names now, Dalton, Edward, Durano, I'm going to say it wrong, Corbin, Carson, along with coaches Todd, Keith, Ed, and Jeff. Whereas their coaches, family, and supporters have played a crucial role in fostering an environment that encourages growth, resilience, and success. And now, therefore, I, Michael Reyna, Mayor of the Township of Jackson, County of Ocean of New Jersey, along with the Jackson Township Council, do hereby extend our warmest congratulations to the 8U Little League All-Star team and coaches on their outstanding season and well-deserved victory in the earning the title of District 18 and Section 3 championships, finishing the season 4th all-around in state of New Jersey. Congratulations. Thank you. All right, as I call your name, I'm just going to call first names. You can come up and get your proclamation. Aiden. Congratulations. Congratulations. Here you go. You going to stay up here? Lucia? Luca. I'll never get it wrong again. Congratulations, Luca. Noah. Congratulations. There you go. Nicholas. Congratulations. There you go. Can you help me? You're the best. Who's next? Jordan. Congratulations. There you go. Tyler. Congratulations. There you go. Dalton. Congratulations. Edward. Congratulations. Gerano? I'm saying it. Shinhiro. I'm sorry. Congratulations. I'm mad at me. Who's next? Where are we at? Corbin. Congratulations. There you go. Carson. Congratulations. Coach Todd. Congratulations and happy birthday. Coach Keith. Congratulations. You're welcome. Coach Ed. Congratulations. Coach Jeff. Congratulations. That's it. Congratulations. If anybody wants to, you guys want to line up and then take pictures, if council can come down.
Come forward, have a nice picture, the group shot. Please. Fine, young boys. I'll take a quick picture and I'll get out of everybody's way, okay? All right, parents, come on up. You want to take pictures? I'm going to take a quick picture. I'm going to get out of the way. All right. All right, hold your folders up. Let's see those faces. Let's see some big smiles. You guys winners? Louder, a little louder. Yeah. All right, very good. All right, let me get out of the way there. Thank you. Smile, smile, smile.
There's a story about the guy who said, is it Hawaii or Hawaii? These two guys are arguing. Remember this one? And he goes, well, let's ask my friend. And he goes, is the correct pronunciation of Hawaii? Is it Hawaii or Hawaii? It's Hawaii. Thank you. You helped me. Come on, you never heard that? I did not hear that. I'll tell you a funny one because I was bored this year.
See when you're running, when there's a signal running? Yeah. So also the other version is conservative ticket, liberal ticket, and wing it ticket. Yeah, we'll differentiate. You can use it later.
You know, I'm gonna get a chance.
Thanks.
I don't know. I might have been hiding. I'm not tall enough. What? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't recognize Jeff.
No, I know. Thank you. We're going to continue. Miss Moss will continue the meeting. We'll continue with the meeting.
Thank you. We
Thank you so
continue
much.
with the meeting with opening comments from Township Council. Council President Kuhn.
Okay, so I'll give him 2 seconds. I didn't realize they were taking pictures still. Bye. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Okay, so back to business. Traffic safety. Shocker that I'm going to talk about traffic safety. So I just wanted to go over a report that I got from Officer Lasco from a last reading that was done on 9/5 to 9/11. The next readings will be They're currently at Patterson Road and Bryant Road, just so you know. So I'll have them for the next meeting. Good afternoon. They did what is this road? Sorry. East Connecticut Concourse. I was absolutely floored when I got East Connecticut Concourse in a positive way. There's like no speeding, no traffic, daily average, and that's a pretty busy road. I had thought there's only 596 cars average daily going through there, and the average 85 percentile speed is 31 miles an hour east on Western, and Eastern is 32. So I really didn't find that to be that's crazy, and I don't think traffic safety did either. I want to go into a meeting that I had today with Chief Coons, Director Candido, Sergeant Hemba, and Councilman Bernstein. And I just want to recap for transparency exactly what the meeting was about and what we had discussed and everything. Traffic safety reports. We reviewed traffic safety reports, recent emails, and reports from the past week with the initiative, it actually went live, and that's the traffic safety email on September 13th. Director Candido noted about 30 to 40% reduction in traffic violations since the traffic safety email and detail was implemented, which the detail was more officers on the road going to these areas. And what was happening is, you'll hear as the emails were coming in, Sergeant Hemba was able to deploy officers directly to the spot, and it seemed to be working. Again, 30 to 40% less of incidents, give or take. We had DPWs going to do markouts. Again, moving on with the ordinance and with education. A lot of people, when we've gone to the bus stops, they don't understand. A resident actually said, I don't bring a ruler to the bus stop. You're 1,000% accurate. You do not need to bring a ruler to a bus stop. So DPW, Director Candido given a blessing, we're going to send about 30 to 40 pretty much hot topic spots where it's a lot of education needs to go, and where exactly the cars cannot park and have to stop parking too. They're going to mark them. You're going to see the chief had requested red paint, so it kind of is in, it goes with the stop sign. So in essence, stop. So that will kind of give somebody a visual of where they can and cannot park. So hopefully that helps with a little visual, because a lot of residents are saying, I don't know where 50 feet is. I can understand that. Student bus safety. We discussed plans to have school bus pickups on students on the same side of the road, on the road where they live, where the speed limits are 35 or more. This change was aimed to improve the safety for K to 8 grade children, and looking to possibly implement this in September of 2025. Again, we've gotten a lot of complaints. This is why the traffic safety email is very important. I'm on that, and I do read it. There's 7 of us on there, and a lot of things are like, listen, I don't want my 5-year-old crossing across a county road that, people are going around buses and this and that. It's we hear you. I reached out to a bunch of people, and everybody kind of we're working on that. So on a note, when we're going after all of these traffic issues that we're having, we have 13 officers that are eligible to retire in 2025. We need to hire. We need to keep our staff in our police department. We have to staff our police department with 13 people retiring. That's going to leave a lot of gaps, and we're going to go under even the 100 mark that we're barely at right now. This is raising a lot of concerns. Plans that were discussed was to hire more Class 1s and Class 2 and full-time officers. Class 1s, the business administrators already given us the approval on that. Class 2s, we already have the administration mayor's approval on that. And then we're working on finding full-time officers and flipping the Class 2s to full-time. I'm learning a lot in this and how it works, but it is good financially for the town to have Class 1s and Class 2s, and then the Class 2s can go and be flipped, and then they can go into the full benefit package, so it works out. Meeting with the county engineer. After looking at all these reports and reading them, I called Commissioner Sadeghi from the county, and I said, listen, our town is growing and we're having a lot of issues. Can you commit to me with our traffic safety or administration, anybody that wants to come to the meeting, 4 meetings, 1 a quarter, with the engineer and with the commissioner, and to help us with our traffic concerns? He said, absolutely. I said, Commissioner, I'm going to put this in an email after I meet with the traffic safety, and then we're going to get that on the calendar. I want to meet by the end of this year, and I want 4 dates that we could go. We have 42 county roads. That's 42 roads that we have to go to the county for. If we want to even put stripes on them, if we want to do anything, we have to get their approval. So he is committed to that. I put that into motion, and we are moving forward with that. There is an email. Again, I just want to read an email that we got a recap on traffic safety. Council President Kuhn, I wanted to provide you with an update for the traffic concerns with the township and what the traffic safety unit has done over the last few weeks to address some of the residents' concerns. From September 4th to September 20th, I guess the 13th, I was a little wrong on that date, the traffic safety unit increased the direction. Oh no, the email was implemented on the 13th, but the extra detail started on the 4th. Increase is direct enforcement patrols in certain areas and made numerous motor vehicle stops, summonses, and written warnings were issued for traffic violations to include both moving and parking violations. The township and the traffic safety unit have been working together to implement an email on the township website for residents to document their traffic concerns and/or complaints. These emails have been getting sent to personnel assigned to the traffic safety unit where they are being documented. Once documented, patrol officers are made aware of it and asked to conduct direct enforcement details in these areas to as call volumes permit. Our traffic safety unit currently consists of only 3 officers and 1 supervisor, which will soon be decreased to just 3 officers. Most of these traffic concern complaints are happening at the same time of the day, but on all different roadways throughout the township. It is important for the traffic safety unit to be on all of these roadways at the same time. We are doing our best with what the resource we have are available. The volume of traffic, to include the surge in buses with the township, has increased significantly over the last few years and will continue to do so in the unforeseen future. This has been an increase in pedestrian traffic along our local roadways to include large groups of children with their parents congregating at the bus stops. Buses have also been a large basis of complaints that the traffic safety unit has been receiving. So we also have been enforcing traffic laws for all the buses when violations are observed. I encourage all residents to keep sending their complaints via email to traffic safety unit, which is trafficsafety@jacksontwpnewjersey.net, New Jersey meaning NJ. The way the issues are documented, and hopefully we can address them in a timely manner. I also encourage all residents to abide by the traffic laws so that all motorists and pedestrians can be safe in the township roadways. Please obey the speed limits. Stay off your cell phones, buckle up, and remember to properly secure your children in the appropriate child restraint systems. I didn't read this before. But yes, cell phones is a huge thing that we're seeing all over. Please stay off your cell phones. So that was a letter from your traffic safety. Again, now I'm going to just go into a different thing. Education. Let your voices be heard. Join the Ocean County Federation of Republican Women for a rally. I am a member of the Ocean County Federation of Republican Women. They are fighting for parental rights and school funding. They're going to speak to the state legislators, educators, and the experts on the issue. They'll be there Wednesday, October 6th. At 1 p.m. at 33 Washington Street in Toms River. This is for the whole of Ocean County that is dealing with any education cuts. I could go on, but I don't. I want to be respectful of everybody's time. If anybody wants to know any positive or negative emails that I do have, you can see me after the meeting, and I'd be happy to. We did get some positive feedback from residents saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Once these emails come in, I am on it. I am on there. Director Candido, the chief, Captain Nelson, Sergeant Hemba, Officer Rafe, and Officer Bennett, and myself. When I'm on there, I'm reading them so that as the council president, I can go and I can take these and we can look at creating ordinance to keep the residents safe. And then also what I do is I'll forward these messages if they pertain to DPW. A resident said that she couldn't see out her street. Looking to the right, I sent it to Sean at DPW. Within the same day, I can tell you I have the email here. She's like, wow, wow, wow. There's actually a forum that works. There's a human that responded to me, and there's another human that updated me, and now I can be safely and make it out of my street. So that is what this is about, and I hope that, there's some positive, and of course there's always going to be, some negative, but this forum is something that we can work on. Thank you all, and have a great night.
Thank you. Councilman Borelli?
Thank you, Clerk Moss. Thank you to Council President Kuhn for that update and for your attention to this very important issue with the traffic issues in our town. As you heard from Council President, the traffic issues in our town are being addressed and worked on along with the county, as we have many county roads and will continue to be worked on by this council. Also, of course, congratulations to the 8U All-Star Baseball team and their coaches on their awesome season. Keep up the great work, boys and coaches. Your energy is incredible, and your perfect record. Secondly, it was an incredible time joining thousands of residents and visitors as well at this year's Jackson Day in Johnson Park. Where else can you see the release of white doves ending with a drone show? only in Jackson, folks. Thank you to all involved and who attended and participated in the events of the day to make it a great success. In closing, starting January 5th, 2025, the Jackson Library location in the Justice Complex will be open from 1 to 5 p.m. every Sunday. According to their press release, with the new Sunday schedule, the Ocean County Library branch in our town of Jackson hopes to accommodate students, families, and working professionals who might find it difficult to visit during weekday hours. This is great news, and thank you to the Ocean County Library Commission for approving the additional hours for our township's library on Sundays. Good seeing you all. Take care and a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Bernstein?
Really, I just want to echo what my Councilman Borelli just said. Thank you to all the residents and everyone who participated in Jackson Day. It was, from what I understand, it was a record event. You had thousands of people there. Thank you again to Mr. Wall and our business administration, and again to Resident Ray Katona for really putting their all in. I think everyone needs a couple days off before they start planning the next one, but I think they're already working on the next one. So thank you for that. Again, also, I just want to echo a thank you to the county library system for opening up. I know it was a process with the unions and they got it open for Sundays, and hopefully our libraries will continue to be utilized by everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you. Councilman Chisholm?
Good evening. So yes, again, special congratulations to our 8U All-Stars. It's great. We've been seeing this over the last, I don't know how many decades, but our youth sports in every area, cheerleaders, football, baseball, all do a great job, and they represent Jackson well. It's good to see them excelling. Hope they keep it up. Jackson Day Committee did a fantastic job. As you've already heard, it was a good event. The layout was awesome. We had lots and lots of vendors, lots of food choices. It was a good event. So hopefully we'll continue to grow that as we go through the years. If we go back to the commissioners there for the roadside stuff, hopefully when we have a couple of those meetings, we can mention those sinking manhole covers that I mentioned last time in front of us. And there is a monster little whoop-de-doo for anybody that's into like motorcycles. They would know what the hell that is. As you're cruising on down Cedar Swamp Road towards Fish Road, approaching Jackson Mills. And just over the last 2 months, that has gotten pretty dangerous. It is sinking and is going to be a problem probably when we actually ever see rain again, because it won't be hard for somebody doing when you can actually do the speed limit on that road. Somebody will be probably in a ditch. It's pretty ferocious because it does throw your vehicle off the side. So you may want to look into that. Those of you guys that are keeping track, and we're always worried about what's happening in our kids' situation here. Well, tomorrow Trenton's trying to shove some more things down your kid's throat. You may see the Senate Bill S-3156, which is called, honestly and simply enough, these school-based healthcare centers. Well, what are these school-based healthcare centers and what do they allow? Well, they allow schools to take up some of their unoccupied space, which again, lots of schools do, and you can have direct access and you can lease it out. Maybe that'll actually generate some funds. Maybe that sounds like a good idea. However, what they don't tell you is the rest of the details. Those healthcare centers are going to have access to your children, and they will not have to notify you as the parent. So kids as young as 16 and now 14 will have access to reproductive care. You can figure out what that means. And behavioral services, drugs, other things, mentally, they can just evaluate your children without you knowing about it. So if you think that that's acceptable within your schools, then I think we can take it from there. You may have heard our beloved disgraced Senator Bobby Menendez, Mr. Gold Bars himself. He was supposed to be sentenced next month, but they decided to kick that down the road to January. I'm not sure. Maybe election interference. Isn't that the buzzword? I mean, what would it be bad for a Democrat being locked up for gold bars to be paraded around right before an election? Probably. That's why it's secretly being pushed to January, so it's not an embarrassment. Speaking of embarrassments, where's Joe Biden? Where is the man? Have we seen him? Do we know where he is? A few months ago, hey, he was sharp as a bunch of tacks, right? That's what Kamala told us. Sharp, very sharp. You should see him in the back room. We all saw him eating ice cream on TV, but in the back room, he was really sharp. So not only did she lie to you, and now he's not fit to run, so what's he doing? Is he not the leader of the free world? Why do we not know where he is? Our enemies know where he is. He's not doing anything. So if he's not running the country, Kamala's not running the country, who is? So what do we expect to see over the next couple months? Well, Kamala Harris obviously has already demonstrated she's not worthy of the office of the President of the United States because she's lied to you and because she has not enacted the 25th Amendment to have the man removed, which is where he should be. And finally, you may or may not know that there is a bill to push some digital currency. Why do we want digital currency? Well, it sounds simple enough, right? It sounds really easy, really cool. Kids probably don't care because like everything's on your debit card or mom and dad's debit card, depending, right? So what's going to happen there? Well, maybe, just maybe, if, I don't know, say the government decides it wants to maybe restrict your rights and says, well, I'm just going to hold your bank account, then how do you have access to your money? Well, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's one of those people, I don't know, Iran, Iraq, North Korea, I don't know, Russia, anybody else in the world that doesn't like us, China. So what happens when they release an EMP and you can't get your digital currency? Or what happens if just kids in California running Microsoft crash your computer or your phone? Because that's happened to me twice this year. And when you're dead in the water, okay, fine. It's really peaceful and nobody can call you and nobody can text you. It's really annoying when you can't take your pictures. But hey, what if you kids, I'm just kind of curious, what if you can't get into your Starbucks app? Oh my God. Do you have Benjamins in your pocket? Do you have actual Fin notes? Okay, you need cash. So if the government restricts you and you can't have access to cash, then what are you going to do when your phone dies and you can't access your bank account, you can't access your Starbucks, whatever it is that you use it for? You can't get into concerts. I go to concerts all the time. We're saving the planet because we won't print 2 stupid little tickets. It's ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, if you see digital currency, beware. It's extremely dangerous and you should never have the government tracking what you do with your money. Everyone have a good night. God bless America.
Thank you. Motion to approve executive session meeting minutes of September 10th, 2024.
Motion.
Second.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Bernstein?
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm?
Yes.
And Council President Kuhn.
Yes.
Thank you. Move on to consideration ordinance, public hearing, and final consideration. This is the second reading of ordinance 28-24 entitled an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Jackson, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 33-3 of the Township Code to reduce the required number of points for calendar year 2020 to qualify for the length of service award program due to the COVID-19 pandemic and resulting state of emergency. This ordinance was introduced on September 10th, 2024. I need a motion to open the public hearing.
Motion open.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If any member of the public has any comments to make, please address the council at the microphone. State your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once.
Seeing no one come forward, I make a motion to close public session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Third reading of ordinance 28-24 entitled an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Jackson, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 33-3 of the Township Code to reduce the required number of points for calendar year 2020 to qualify for the length of service awards program due to the COVID-19 pandemic and resulting state of emergency. I need a motion to adopt on third and final reading and advertise according to law.
Motion?
Second.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Bernstein?
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm?
Yes.
And Council President Kuhn.
Yes.
It's the second reading of ordinance 29-24 entitled an ordinance amending ordinance 24-23 of the Township of Jackson, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, thereby amending chapter 103-45.1 of the Township Code to prohibit parking along a portion of Brewers Bridge Road. This ordinance was introduced on September 10th, 2024. I need a motion to open the public hearing.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If any member of the public has any comments to make, please address the council at the microphone. State your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once.
Seeing no one come forward, I make a motion to close public session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's the third reading of ordinance 29-24 entitled an ordinance amending ordinance 24-23 of the Township of Jackson, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, thereby amending Chapter 103-45.1 of the Township Code to prohibit parking along a portion of Brewers Bridge Road. I need a motion to adopt on third and final reading and advertise according to law.
Motion?
So moved. Oh,
Second.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Bernstein?
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm?
Yes.
And Council President King.
Yes.
Second reading of ordinance 30-24 entitled an ordinance of the Township of Jackson, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending ordinance 07-24 of the Township Code entitled trespassing on public property, violations and penalties, amending and supplementing section 40412-6. This ordinance was introduced on September 10th, 2024. I need a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If any member of the public has any comments to make, please address the council at the microphone, state your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once.
Seeing no one come forward, I make a motion to close public session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This is the third reading of ordinance 30-24 entitled an ordinance of the Township of Jackson, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending ordinance 07-24 of the Township Code entitled trespassing on public property, violations and penalties, amending and supplementing section 412-6. I need a motion to adopt on third and final reading and advertise according to law.
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Bernstein?
So the safety of our town must always be our top priority. So I very much appreciate Council President Kuhn and all of our professionals, including Public Safety Director Joe Candido's hard work in creating this ordinance. We all agree that safety is the most important thing in our town. That being said, I am concerned with some of the standards in this ordinance, and I am looking forward to hopefully working with Council President and my colleagues on amending it. With that being said, safety comes first, and I vote yes.
Thank you. Councilman Chisholm
Yes.
and Council President King.
I'm going to vote yes tonight, but I am going to be open to possibly looking at, the reason why the harsh fines and penalties are on there is for the safety of the residents and the children. And if we can see that a positive is moving forward, I think that if, I think $55, you're still going to take that chance and park in that spot. But I think $250, you're really going to think about it. Obviously, it does go to 90 days in prison. Nobody's looking to put anybody in jail. I'm not, trying to do that. But I did go for the heavy fines because I care about being able, for you guys to be able to get out of your neighborhoods and get out of your home safe. I am going to vote yes, but if everybody plays by the rules, we won't have to pay a fine. That's my feeling. You don't have to pay it if you don't break it, so don't break the rules. Thank you.
Thank you. This is the second reading of ordinance 31-24 entitled an ordinance amending chapter 16-24 of the Township of Jackson, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey to delete permit parking on any county roadway. This ordinance was introduced on September 10th, 2024. I need a motion to open the public hearing.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
If any member of the public has any comments to make, please address the council at the microphone. State your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once.
Seeing no one come forward, make a motion to close public session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This is third reading of ordinance 31-24 entitled an ordinance amending ordinance 16-24 of the Township of Jackson, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey to delete permit parking on any county road. I need a motion to adopt on third and final reading and advertise according to law.
Motion?
Second.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Bernstein?
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm?
Yes.
And Council President King.
Yes.
Thank you. Ordinance's first reading. Council President, are there any comments regarding ordinance 32-24?
Thank you, sir. Yes, this ordinance, if adopted, would assist the township in the efforts to control the cost with respect to its insurance premiums for employee health benefits. Thank you.
Thank you. Ordinance 32-24 entitled an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Jackson, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, establishing and creating a self-insurance fund with respect to health benefits in accordance with NJSA 40A:10-1. I need a motion to approve ordinance 32-24 on first reading and to authorize the notice of approval and public hearing to be held on October 8th, 2024.
Motion?
Second.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Bernstein?
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm?
Yes.
And Council President Kuhn.
Yes.
Thank you. We move on to bills and claims. I need a motion to approve or hold.
Motion to accept.
Second?
Councilman Borelli?
Abstain on EYE 01, NJD 13, NJS 04, and RUT 04. Yes to the rest on there.
Thank you. Councilman Bernstein?
Yes to all.
Councilman Chisholm?
Abstain on COM 44, MOD 01, and RUT 04. Yes to all the rest.
Thank you. And Council President Kuhn.
Abstain on RCS 02. Yes to the rest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We move on to consent agenda. I need a motion to approve the list of resolutions under consent agenda.
Motion?
Second.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Bernstein?
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm?
Yes.
And Council President Kuhn.
Yes.
Thank you. We move on to public comments on any topic. I need a motion to open the public portion of the meeting for all comments.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
At this time, if any member of the public has any comments to make, please address the council at the microphone. State your name and address clearly for the record. You will have 5 minutes and may only speak once.
Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Eric Jones, 722 Hyson Road, Jackson. I'm glad you brought up the thing about police work and such. I don't know if you're watching the news and seeing what's happening in Philadelphia right this minute, or somewhere maybe last night perhaps, about all these cars that they act like they're firecrackers going down the road. You know what I'm talking about? Race cars, they're like this low to the ground. Anybody? No? Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, I have several of them come past my house, 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 at night, 2 in the morning. Bang, 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 bang. That's all they do is backfire intentionally. Okay, I have a neighbor, I spoke to him, I says, you know, you're not a really good neighbor because you do this right in front of your neighbor's house. Why? I don't understand it. Now, I don't want it to happen that they're going to come out in droves and terrorize the police, because the police in Philly were cracking down on these people doing this stuff. Okay, now, I don't know what Jackson's going to do about this, but to me, my house is 26 feet off a county road. That's from me to you. That's the front of my house. Okay? You guys talk about speeds and everything on certain roads. Sit on County Road Hyson. You'll get people doing 70 miles an hour. Guaranteed. I even said to the police department one time, I said, I will gladly pay an officer's salary for 1 day to sit on my street. They said, you can't do that. I'm like, excuse me? I can't pay an officer's salary for 1 day to crack down on Hyson Road? Ever since the county straightened that stretch of highway out, people go faster now. I don't know if anybody remembers how the bend was a little more drastic, not so flowing, because they had like 7 accidents on the bend. That's why they tried to straighten it. But anyway, that's my issue with that, with the police department. It just gets to me that nobody seems to do anything about it. If I hear these cars, I see these cars, I even sent pictures in of license plates and stuff, and still the same cars are doing the same thing. Just sit out here in front of the high school and they all let out. You will get at least a dozen or two doing what I'm saying. The police department's right there. The school is right here. They come right out of the school, bang, 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 racing down the road. It's like, nobody hears this stuff? I just don't get it. My quality of life has gone downhill because nobody does anything in this town. It's just getting ridiculous. And I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I'm probably, well, maybe there's a couple other people that are closer to the road than I am, because, my house is 1935. So obviously it's close to the road because that's the way it was back in the days. People were closer to the road. But anyway, if somebody could do something about that, the backfiring, the cracking, because I know we have a no Jake brake law in this town. Technically, what they're doing is technically holding their engine back, causing it to backfire, which is Jake braking. So the police officers should be writing them for Jake braking in their car, because that's what they're doing. They're retarding their engine to pop it. You know, but if somebody could do something about that, I'd appreciate that. You're the traffic guy, right? But the speed on that road, like I said, 70 miles an hour these people go. Sometimes my windows shake. That's how close I am to the road, because these cars come down and they just make noise of it, and just for no apparent reason other than to be annoying. I was a kid once, you know, but I respected my neighbors at least. But that's all I got to say about that. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And your address will be sent to traffic safety. Again, an issue like that, we ask that you email traffic safety at Jackson Township, New Jersey. I understand. You're asking for a solution. I'm giving you one. Thank you, sir.
Pardon me, Miss Madam President. Mr. Jones, yeah, I was actually there when the girl took out one of those poles. I know the curve you're talking about. I was working right up the street, and she was doing about 70 miles an hour when she snapped that sucker in half and took out all the power, and everybody went freaking out. And yeah, it was a long time ago, but yeah, I remember that. So Director Candido, not to put you on the spot, but is there another rule? Are you aware of like another thing that we could hold people accountable for? Jake braking, et cetera. I mean, obviously motor vehicles directly with regards to the
I'm going to
muffler.
wait 1 second. Director Candido, would you come up to the microphone so that way you could properly answer the question instead of yelling from your seat?
Well, I was kind of like letting him hear the question first,
Yeah.
but that's fine. Yeah, I just figured, again, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I know a lot of those rules come out of Trenton and DMV, and I don't know if is there something that we in Jackson could directly do, or is this something that has to go at a higher level and fight the state and DMV?
So to answer your question, Jake braking is strictly involved in tractor trailers when they use their brakes, air brakes in a specific manner that then retards the motor. Mr. Jones is talking about people that are actually doing specific work to their exhaust system, which is technically not illegal. It may violate a noise ordinance, but good luck on trying to enforce that, because we got to be present when it happens. The biggest problem is, again, 6 cops on the road to cover 100 square miles to try and catch everything. It's impossible. So I empathize with your problem. But as far as the noise goes, Jake braking does not apply in this case.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening. Jim Sluckia, 6 Hartfield Drive. I'm not going to discuss parking tonight, believe it or not. I'm going to focus on something else. The last few months, I've been attending both the planning board and the zoning board meetings. And a couple of things have come up. And when I make a comment to anyone on the board, they always say, well, we can't do that. That has to go to the town council. So here I am before you guys to find out if there is something that we should be looking at. The other day, I guess it was last week, on the zoning board, there was an application for a 2-story office building that was 9,000 square feet. It was not putting an elevator in. Okay. They say the law says they don't have to have it because it's under 10,000 square feet. My question to the board was, well, how does that not violate the ADA of discrimination against handicapped people that want to work for the company that's going to be on that second floor? And I got to look and says, oh, yeah, that makes sense. But if it's written that way, is there something that, even though it's at the state level written that way, is there something that Jackson can say, wait a second, we want to go above and beyond that to protect our citizens, the people that come to work in this community? Same thing, same situation, same building, no fire sprinklers. There's going to be 50 people potentially in that building. They're out by the outlets, which is not very, there's no sewer and water. I believe the outlets have their own fire suppression system. So what is it that we can do from that standpoint? And again, I go back to this town, has bad as the police department is, and as far as having the number of people working, the fire departments are falling into the same category. They just don't have enough people. So anything that we can, I don't want to say force, but convince the builders that are building these commercial buildings to help the fire department by putting in these safety measures so that they might have a chance of saving these buildings and or people, that we should be looking at it. I know we did a lot on the parking, and I will tell you this, as someone that's complained a lot about the parking, since the drive-throughs have happened, I've noticed it's probably cleaned up I'll say 95% of the problem. There's still those people that just refuse to cooperate. So I'm not going to get on this. I think
I'm just going to say thank you for putting that on the record.
that it is. I can tell you, I used to, on a Saturday morning, I used to look up my street and it looked like the street going away from my house was a one-way. Literally, there was no car parked coming this way. Now everyone seems to be parked the right way. So I will give kudos for getting
Give
that
credit
done.
where credit is due.
Absolutely. But
Thank you.
I really hope that you can look at these issues that I'm talking about, because, I struggle with, first of all, I struggle with how does the ADA say, you can't discriminate based on, a disability, but then we don't require elevators in a 2-story building. So they're kind of at odds with themselves. So if there's anything that we can kind of look at and consider, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Council President, the doctrine of exemption unfortunately prevents a municipality from legislating in a field where the federal or state government already has. So if the federal or state government establishes what the minimum standards are, a local municipality is not allowed to then enter the field and change those minimum requirements, as we are a creature of the state and they're bigger than we are, basically. The legislation would have to come at the state level. There have been talk about fire sprinklers in commercial buildings and increasing that requirement. The builders lobby and many others fight it tooth and nail. And until there's 41 votes in the Assembly and 21 in the Senate, and a governor who will sign it, it's just not going to happen. As far as the ADA, clearly regulated by the federal government, the township can't interfere in that. And if they say that's not required, then it's not required.
Thank you, sir.
Imagine that, all the stuff I rail about the feds and the state, like it matters. There it is.
Seeing no one come forward, make a motion to close public session.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
motion to close.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Have a good night.
Good night.